Hey everyone, welcome back. Now, I know what you've been thinking. Hey, Beet Farmer Bryce, it seems like you've been on vacation all winter. You post a video and you say how much farmers work during the winter, and then you just go cruising for like a month. Well, I'm here to say, false. Right now I'm down at our grain elevator. I'm getting some wheat seed ready to go. We plant the same wheat that we harvested on our own farm last fall. But first we have to put it through a cleaning process to make sure that it's all good wheat seed that's going to germinate and grow. What you want to do is grab yourself a bucket of wheat. Mine's about, half full. That much should do you for the year. Gonna want to put your gloves on. Like so. Now, you grab your seed. You dump. Like that, add a little soap there, and now we scrub a dub. You just want to do this for about a minute or two, you know, get it all nice and sudsy. After a little while of that, then you just let it soak for a little while. Men, you know what I'm talking about, just like the way you wash dishes. You know, you let them soak and you let them sit there till your wife comes along and actually washes them. Yeah, you know what that's like. Okay, as you can see, it's nice and clean. We got a nice little texture here going on. These seeds look like they're ready to hit the planter. That's not at all what it's like to clean seed. Although when I was younger, that's what I thought it meant. I'll show you the real way now. This is the seed cleaner. Above the cleaner, there's 2 hopper bins that we fill with wheat. So the wheat seed will come down this tube and into the cleaner here, and from there they go into here. Inside here there's a bunch of discs that spin around, and depending on the shape of the seed they will get caught in one of these tracks and it'll get shot over to this side, and from here it augers forward and down. Oh, I forgot to mention, but there's a fan here that will clean out the light stuff and blow it outside. But once the seed gets to the front here, it drops down, and underneath there's 2 pits. 1 pit here and 1 pit here. And the good clean seed is gonna end up in this pit, and the screenings that we don't want to plant ends up in this pit. Each pit has a gate that's controlled from here. You just slide the gate up and down. So this is the good seed gate, and that's the screenings gate. And from there, underneath the floor here, it travels around to this leg. These cups will fill up and it'll take it up to the top. To go up to the top, we get to ride the sweet man lift. It's basically an elevator. You stand on this platform and it has this cable that goes all the way to the top and has a pulley, and attached to the cable is a counterweight. So as you're going up, the counterweight is coming down, which makes it for an easy pull to get up and down. Now, I know our policy is employees only, but I'll let you guys come up with me. Okay, welcome to the top of the elevator. The top of that belt that I was just talking about comes up to here, and it drops into this pipe right here. And this is what's called the diffuser. This pipe will slide around to any one of these holes depending on where you want to send the wheat. Each hole represents a different bin you can go into, and this chart shows which hole represents which bin. These are all the bins we can go to if we're looking at the elevator from above, straight down. Each one of those is a different bin we can go to. They're all different sizes. And whatever bin you want to go to, you would select the number here. So if we want to go to bin 13, we would go to this second hole. I'll show you how this pipe moves. You press the old lever, it lifts up, and she spins just like that. Okay, I'm gonna turn the cleaner on so you guys can see everything I was just talking about. This shows you an example of the purpose of cleaning seed. This is the screenings that we don't want to plant. We have weed seeds in here, we have chaff, and we have shriveled up kernels that aren't going to grow, and cracked kernels that aren't going to grow. This came out of the good seed side. See how these are all pretty uniform? There's no trash in here. I don't see any weed seeds. There shouldn't be any. And these all just look like good seeds that should grow. That's the purpose of cleaning seed. But that's pretty much all there is to cleaning seed. You kind of just sit here and check on it every half hour or so. There's a lot of downtime in between that. Today I got my pickup nice and cleaned out, vacuumed, scrubbed down. I've paid bills sitting here before. I've done bookwork, but it is nice to be able to do it ourselves and save some money. I thought while I'm down here I should show you this part of the elevator. During grain harvest, we pull the trucks through this alleyway, and this is where the truck dumps. We dump into this pit here. Beneath the floor there's a pit that holds probably 100 bushels, and the floor to the pit is sloped that way. So the wheat will flow toward the leg just from gravity, and the leg will take it up into the bins. And also, it's pretty neat, this has a working scale, so it'll weigh the truck. I'm not sure if you can see, but the edge of the scale is around there. So it'll weigh the truck, and it's actually accurate down to about 100 pounds. It's amazing how old the scale is and how it's still accurate. And it's nice when we're loading trucks to take to town, we can weigh the truck and make sure that the weight is correct and that we're not overloaded. I'm standing in the office now. This is what you read on the scale to see what the truck weighs. I think it's a pretty neat elevator, and I'm kind of proud that we own it. It's kind of a landmark here in town. It's been here forever, and it's stood the test of time. It's pretty neat. I love how they built it way back in the day. I just think about how they designed it. They didn't have any computers like we have now. Someone drew it up on paper. And then a crew assembled it, and somehow it worked out. I think that just totally amazes me. Something else kind of cool is right here in the floor, this rectangle. This raises up, so back in the day before trucks had hoists on them, they would put the front axle of the truck on this rectangle, and that rectangle would raise up, and that would allow for the truck to dump into the pit, so they didn't have to shovel it out by hand. One other thing I think is cool is my grandfather in the 70s rebuilt the roof structure here. He built it taller over here on this side. The roof used to be lower like this all the way across, but he rebuilt it so they could dump bigger trucks in here. But I think it's neat how he thought ahead far enough to build it tall enough. Now we can dump trailers in here, semis, 34 foot. Back in the 70s, they would have never imagined we would have semis on farms. But Grandpa thought ahead far enough to build that tall enough for semis, so that's pretty cool. Thanks so much for watching this video. I appreciate everyone out there watching these. If you have any questions about the elevator, you can leave a comment. I would love to answer questions about it. And you can give me suggestions on another video involving this elevator if you want to. Thanks.